Hi, how are you? I am going to do a recap for January, and here I am bookmarking the page with a business card from Strange Owl Creations. Anyway, so the gist of this is I go through and I calculate the averages or whatever or whatnot, and by averages I mean what makes sense to me. They're like a lot of this is just guesswork because I suck at math. But I have like my mood. So like for the mood, I'll go through and see like how many of what mood I felt. And here I am. I'm writing it down in a notebook so I can go back and count so I'm not like constantly flipping back and forth. And then like the temperature, that'll just be like what the temperature was through most of the month. Sleep is just like a range of like what seems to be the most amount of sleep or not the most, but the average amount of sleep. Same with my screen time, just seems just like what looks to be the average. I'm not like actually like calculating out the average. And then I have the books I've read, the number of words I wrote throughout the month, and then how much I spent, and that will actually be an actual average to the best of my ability of calculating because again I suck at math. And then my nap average will also be like a guesstimate, and same with my stuff average. I will put the actual number of times we had fast food because that is a concrete number that I can get, and then the money we put towards our debts, which are primarily going to be one of our credit cards, a car loan, and my student loan. We technically have another credit card debt, but that's my credit card debt, and it is with a debt collector. It's not an open credit card, so I'm not too worried about that. Eventually, I would like to pay it off, though. With the mood, though, I ended up having 11 out of 31 days that were happy, 1 sad day, 12 stressed days, 6 mad days, 7 tired days, and 7 neutral days. And for neutral, I quite literally do mean neutral, as in like there was no like emotion that like stuck out, like no primary emotion. So just to give some clarification in case you're not aware of what that meant, and I put these as fractions just because I felt like it fit better. On top of that, I also have a highlight section and an Oracle keyword section. The highlight section will just be like days or things that like stood out to me, which I mean is kind of a given. And then my Oracle keywords is for Oracle cards. I didn't pull any for this month, but I do intend to pull some in February if I remember. Anyway, with my sleep, like I said, that's just a guesstimate, and it was 4 to 7 hours is what I guessed. Temperature, it was mostly in the 50s throughout January, with it getting pretty cold at the end of the month. Like, I think here in Florida, while we were gone, like our cat sitter said it got below freezing. In terms of screen time, again, a guesstimation of 6 to 9 hours. And then with the books I read 1 book this month. I would have loved to have read more, but I just didn't. And that's okay. The number of words I wrote was 346 words, which was actually a lot more than I thought I had. Like, I was thinking like 100, which, you know, in hindsight was a dumb guesstimation, like, because I wrote a little over 100 at least twice this month. But still, I am very happy with the fact that I wrote 346 words. Would I have loved to write more? Yes, but I'll take what I can get. In terms of the spending average, that came out to $29.22. And my nap average was about 3-ish hours, give or take. Again, that is just a guesstimation based on what it looks like. And I am, like, when I'm doing the guesstimations, I am trying to do, like, an actual average, not just, like, what it looks like has the most for like, the NAP average. It's just a little bit hard. We had fast food 12 times in January, which is more than I would have liked. However, it is what it is. My step average was about 6,000. Again, that's also a guesstimation. And then the money towards debt, we're mainly focused on 3 debts, and that is my husband's credit card, our car loan, and my student loan. We paid $649.49 towards the credit card, $235.04 towards the car, and $70 to the student loan. And we have a fourth credit card, or not a fourth, a second credit card, but that one is technically, like, not an open account. It's one that's with a debt collector right now, so that's not, like, top of my priority list. But in total, we did pay $954.53 towards our debts, and most of this is due to micro payments, where I'm taking, like, the extra $2.23 that we have and putting in. So if we have $627.23, I'll take $2.23 and move it to the credit card, so it's an even $625. The highlights for this month were Nico's birthday, which was awesome. He turned 1. My product launch, which I put sale, which I did make a sale, which is a highlight, so I need to go back and add that. However, my product launch was a highlight, and what I meant to put right there. And then our little mini vacation to Louisiana. And I say mini vacation because it was a vacation, but we went with the primary goal of clearing out my storage unit. As for Oracle keywords, I don't have anything written down because I did not do an Oracle poll for January, but I do intend to do one for February.